race number 10 itself, which again is over the 1400 metres. This is a Class 3 contest. Field is headed by Maldives. Blake Shin in the saddle from barrier 4. Had a wider gate in his last 3 starts. Should assist. Running ahead, blinkers on for the first time for his second start. Finished midfield behind Beauty Live last time out. Private Rockets gets up to his winning trip. He's a 3-time course and distance winner. Runner-up last time out. Ready to win, placed on his last 2. 8 trigrams, a winner over the 1200 metres at a big price. Last time nearly 50 to 1 from a wide draw. Gets barrier 12 again. Folds up in class for a last start win. Voyage Bubble was a winner over the 1200 back in February. Red Titan with a headgear change here. The hood going on. Coming Patch, Commanding Missile. Gets the hood on as well for Francis Loy and Luke Ferraris from barrier number 11. All right, we're saying good to slow as far as the tempo is concerned here, Mark, for the final events. What are we thinking? 8 trigrams going to go back to back. He led last time, Andrew, and can get across and lead. Igniting is another horse that has plenty of gate speed, although he hasn't quite been as quick out lately as what he can be. But if he does decide to turn it on, he can get handy. Voyage Bubble goes forward as well. Folds Private Rocket too, Paul. He gets out of the gate quite okay. He's the early favourite for the race too, and he does step back to his preferred 1400 metres. Yeah, so he might be one place closer there. Private Rocket in front of kind of cool, but Voyage Bubble and Igniting I thought would come across from their wide draws together. The key, as you mentioned, with Igniting, has been slightly slower, but he's up to 1400 here, so I think the extra 200 will give him that opportunity to get it across. A lot of horses like to get back in this race. Commanding Missile, Coming Patch, Tempest Express has been getting back. Running ahead, now he's the query horse because he's got blinkers on for the first time, and he did win with those blinkers on in Australia. OK, all right, something to certainly keep note of. We've got a number of replays to have a look at as well. To start with, though, let's hear from Lyle Hewitson, successful midweek at Happy Valley. He's riding here, Private Rocket.
Lyle, Private Rocket in the last race on Saturday looks a pretty decent chance. He's been racing well, this horse. Yes, he has been. All 3 of his runs with me so far I've been pleased with, and I've noticed a bit of improvement with each one. I think that the 14 on the turf is his pet trip, so that's definitely up his alley, and he's also had a bit of luck with the barrier draws, so that's certainly a bonus. Yeah, all of his wins I think have been over this course. There's just on the sort of the angle of the barrier. Obviously, he is a prominently racing type of horse. I guess you couldn't be in a better spot. Yeah, he's got such natural gate speed, and once he gets there, he's able to switch off at a good tempo, whether it be leading or with cover. So he's quite a versatile and simple horse to ride. My only concern would be that he certainly does need a bit of sting out the ground, and we've had a lot of hot days, so it looks like it might be on the firmer side. But look, nonetheless, he's in good form, and if he can offset needing a soft track, he's in good enough form to run another great race. And is that sort of opinion formed perhaps on the fact he's getting that a little bit older? I mean, he's a 6-year-old, so perhaps as they do get older, they maybe do just want that little bit of juice in the ground. Yeah, I think it's always been beneficial to him, but as he's got older, it's probably become more important. And I've certainly noticed the difference from when I've galloped him on the turf when it's firm and how he's felt in a race. So he's definitely got a bias towards a little bit of sting out the ground. But with that said, because he's racing well and he's a happy horse at the moment, hopefully he can offset that. Yeah, I mean, he's a happy horse. A lot of the horses are happy from that stable. Obviously, Nothing New was a nice winner for you on Wednesday night with Douglas, and obviously good to see him get the job done again. Yeah, I was thrilled. Been looking to get aboard him throughout the season, really, and all a matter of time, and I'm grateful that I got the opportunity. He certainly pulled off a good victory, and it was great to be aboard for that win.
So he's our fairly favourite at this stage. That's Private Rocket. But what about his rivals? A couple of replays here, Mark. Starting off with Ready to Win. Out the back here, finishes off, though, to finish 3rd behind Starbright. Yeah, and Zach Purton jumps aboard. He picks up his ride for Frankie Law. Now, he's a 3-time winner over 1,400 metres prior to arriving, twice at Otaki and once at Trentham. So he is proven distance and run on well behind Starbright, beaten 3/4. So on this run, Paul, and the way he finishes on the outside, he's in the top 4. Yeah, and the stable, Frankie Law, obviously leading the premiership, so he's absolutely flying at the moment as well. So, look, he goes in for me. I just really thought it was a really nice performance there. 8 trigrams led home a bit of an upset win, Paul, just a week ago, in actual fact. This was I think it was a big first 4 quartet, wasn't it? Nearly 50 to 1 here. What are your thoughts on the quick backup? Yeah, I just whether he can do it 2 times in a row here. If they do leave him alone, then obviously he is a horse that likes to keep going. We've seen that. He's in good form at the moment, 8 trigrams. He's got to get across from barrier number 12. That was just a little query. In saying that, he had 11 last time and managed to get across.
Look, I didn't quite get him in. I'm not sure if he can do 2 in a row.
Yeah, and he's got an extra 9 pounds on his back with an extra 200 metres to run as well. Having said that, he's had a really good season. He's been very consistent, but yeah, a bit of extra weight might be a problem.
OK, here's another last start winner then, Mark, in the shape of Folds. This again, though, was over the 1,200 metres, but it was a good win.
It was. It was the only time he's been to Sha Tin as well. So up to 1,400 metres for this. He's had a trial. Now, he won over 1,100 at Geelong, so he's unproven over 1,400 metres. He's gone the odd good race over at Happy Valley as well, Paul. Didn't make it in, but he did win this race very easily.
He didn't. He was in the right part of the track this day, and he came down the middle and won really nicely. Whether he can put another one, whether he can put two together, but it was a strong win.
OK, another horse towards the bottom of the handicap here is Red Titan. This is him finishing 5th, Paul, last time behind A1, and Saturday was just his 5th start here in Hong Kong.
Yeah, it was a nice run too from Red Titan. The query I had, I just found it hard to map him from barrier number 14. I think he just might have to go all the way back, and he just might be a little bit further back. Look, he's only had the limited starts, but he's definitely getting there. The earplugs will come off, the hood will go on, so a little gear change. I like the way he finished off here.
Yeah, the further he goes, the better he's going to be. Went over the mile at Goran Park before he arrived. Just from barrier number 14, he's going to have to pass the herd, but will love the step up in trip.
OK, last one, Mark. We're at the trials to have a look at Voyage Bubble, and he comes home in front as well.
This is one of the 2 trials he has had since his last start. He also beat War of Courage in another trial. That's Chiron to his outside, who we see in an earlier race. He's a nice enough horse himself, is a Voyage Bubble. He's been racing in strong fields, Paulie's last couple. 2nd behind Bazinga, beaten 2, and a 5th behind Bazinga, where he was a little bit disappointing. So a bit of a freshen up for him might have done him the world of good. I'm going to take a chance on him in this race.
Yeah, I am too, actually. I think the stable's going really well at the moment. Ricky Hughes horses sort of winning just about every week, aren't they?
And he was favourite for those 2 races as well, odds on one time. What do you like here, though, Paul?
Yeah, I'm going to go with Voyage Bubble there. I did like that trial coming into the race, and I think he's a really good horse. He's been beaten favourite in his last 3 starts. Maldives, he's in there for 2nd. A quirky horse that has to carry the weight, ready to win. Look, that was a good run from him last time. And Igniting, stepping up to 1,400 metres.
Little similar. Voyage Bubble certainly goes on top, though, and he's not a bad each-way price early in betting. We'll see if that holds up. Does have a wide draw. Private Rocket doesn't draw on 1. Maldives has had some traffic problems at his last 2 and ready to win back to the 1,400 again. 11, 4, 1 and 6.
Tricky race the last. Private Rocket, he'll do me. Douglas White and Lyle Hewitson